So, Robinson, we started here with your introduction up here. And if anyone's interested in introductions, just take a look. What is good about this is that you did begin by addressing the question. So that's good. And you also nuanced the view that Cambridge had given you. You said, I'd prefer to look at it this way. And what you said was ideology motivated collectivization, but actually practical considerations were more important for the 5-year plans. So that's good. You've already stated your argument, but it was a bit garbled. And this bit here actually was even funkier before you edited it. Indubitable means impossible to doubt, impossible to debate. And I think since you're then going to go on to debate it, it sort of undermines the point a little bit. Nothing in history, well, generally speaking, things in history aren't indubitable. There's always room for debate in history. So here's in red, here's my revision. And the first bit is where you address the quote that Cambridge gave you. But you start by saying rather than suggesting. So you've already, in the first 3 words, you've signaled to Cambridge that you're not going to accept their view. You are going to be challenging their view. But you're addressing it there in that second clause. And then you say, I like this phrase. It's pretty simple, but I think it is quite helpful. So you say, rather than X, whatever X is, it would be more accurate to argue or to state or to regard Stalin's economic policies as, so I think that's quite a useful phrase. Rather than X, it would be more accurate to say Y. And so you're going to say it would be more accurate to argue that both ideology and practical considerations motivated Stalin's economic policies, and then full stop. Because that broadly, that's your big point, isn't it? Yeah. This is your big main argument is that Cambridge are wrong. It's not one versus the other. It's not ideology versus practical considerations. It's always both. And then you keep it simple by breaking it into different sentences. And so the next sentence, you're saying, yes, certainly it's true that ideology motivated more than practical considerations on collectivization. Yes, Cambridge, you are half right, but let me teach you a history lesson, Cambridge, and let me explain to you how you are also half wrong, because this is the case for the 5-year plans. So my version, my red version, doesn't do anything that yours didn't do. Well, maybe it makes it sound better. Hopefully it makes it sound better. I think that the advantage is it's a bit clearer, and I'm not trying to do everything all in one sentence, which often makes, it's quite hard to do that, hard to make that make sense. So you've got shorter sentences, and your sentences really only do 1 or 2 things. And they always, if you look at the way they're phrased, there's 2 clauses, there's 2 halves to those sentences. So maybe, I don't know if I can color code this. Can I do it? Oh, look at this. So the yellow bits are both addressing the Cambridge quote. And then I'm going to do some blue to indicate how the sentence changes direction midway through. And then the red, which we can highlight in, pick a color, that's disgusting, let's use that. The blue highlighting there is where you take over and you say, actually, I'm going to argue for this version. So yellow is, yes, Cambridge, you're half right. The blue text in the middle is, but get ready because I'm going to teach you a lesson. And then the bit that's highlighted in blue is you saying, actually, Cambridge, you need to listen to me because I'm going to tell you the way it actually was. Yep. Hope that helps. Pardon, what?